In a move that's already generating waves across the league and buzzing across every corner of NBA Twitter, DeAnthony Melton is officially a Los Angeles Laker. Or, at least, that's what multiple insiders and sources close to the organization are whispering behind scenes. While the Lakers have yet to drop an official announcement, all signs are pointing in one thrilling direction. Melton has signed the dotted line and is headed to LA. Now, this might not be the type of blockbuster signing that dominates headlines like a LeBron or AD extension, but make no mistake, Melton's arrival could be the sneaky, under-the-radar move that reshapes the Lakers' entire defensive identity next season. Known for high-collar defense. And let's not forget, this is a guy who made a name for himself in Memphis, held his own in Philly, and now, finally, he's stepping into the bright lights of Hollywood with one goal in mind: lockdown defense and championship glory. The whispers are getting louder, and if they're true, Lakers fans might be witnessing the beginning of something very, very special. What makes this rumor even more electrifying is the way DeAnthony Melton reportedly sees this opportunity with the Lakers. Insiders close to the player have hinted that he didn't just choose LA for the weather, the glamour, or even the legacy. He chose it because he wants to be part of a gritty revival, a defensive renaissance in a franchise historically known for its offensive superstars. Think about it. When was the last time the Lakers had a backcourt dog who thrived on defense first and offense second? Melton's decision, if confirmed, signals a mentality shift. There's chatter that during private workouts and conversations with Lakers brass, Melton expressed a burning desire to become the defensive tone setter. He reportedly told them he wants to guard the toughest player on the floor every night, regardless of position or matchup. That's the kind of tenacity that's been sorely missed in the Lakers' recent rotations. Fans have been longing for someone to throw a wrench into the opposing team's rhythm, someone who doesn't mind diving for loose balls or taking charges in the dying seconds of close game. If this deal is finalized, Melton might just be that guy. And here's where things get even juicier. According to a few anonymous league sources, Melton was being quietly courted by multiple contenders. Yes, actual title threats. Teams like the Miami Heat, the Milwaukee Bucks, and even the Boston Celtics reportedly made subtle inquiries, hoping to scoop him up to fortify their own backcourts. But the Lakers moved quickly, decisively, and perhaps most importantly, they offered Melton a vision. The rumor mill suggests that the Lakers' front office didn't just talk minutes or contract length. They painted a picture of a defensive trio featuring Melton, Jared Vanderbilt, and Anthony Davis wreaking absolute havoc across the floor. Imagine the switchability, the length, the speed, the traps, and the transition opportunities. That was the hook. Melton, hungry to make a name for himself beyond just a solid role player, was sold. If this is all true, and multiple clues indicate that it is, then the Lakers didn't just add another name to the roster. They added an identity, one that's been long overdue in Los Angeles. But let's talk fit, because this is where things really get interesting. Melton is no stranger to playing alongside stars. In Memphis, he found ways to complement Ja Morant and Dillon Brooks. In Philly, he adjusted to playing with Joel Embiid and James Harden. But in LA, the dynamic shifts. He won't be asked to score 20 points a night or create off the dribble every possession. His role will be clearer, more focused, and, according to sources, perfectly tailored to his strengths. That means hard-nosed perimeter defense, deflections, pickpocket steals, and just enough offensive punch to keep defenses honest. It's being said that Coach Darvin Ham is already drawing up defensive sets with Melton in mind. There's even talk that Melton might start, depending on how training camp goes. That's right. Don't be surprised if opening night comes around and you see Melton introduced with the starters, tasked with guarding the opposing team's best guard from the jump. This isn't just depth. This could be a system-defining move. Another layer to this developing story involves the Lakers' locker room culture. LeBron James, entering his 22nd season, is known for valuing teammates who understand their roles and bring maximum effort every night. And guess what? That's Melton to a T. Rumors are swirling that LeBron himself gave his nod of approval when the front office floated the idea of targeting Melton. He's reportedly a fan of Melton's work ethic and believes he fits perfectly alongside a team that will be leaning heavily on effort, hustle, and two-way consistency. AD, too, has reportedly expressed excitement over teaming up with another defensive-minded player who can help take the pressure off him on the perimeter. There's even talk that Melton has already been in group chats with the Lakers core, breaking down film and discussing strategies. All signs point to a seamless integration, not just as a player, but as a competitor who gets what it means to play in LA. This could be a chemistry win just as much as a basketball one. Of course, every signing or rumored signing comes with its fair share of skeptics. Some critics argue that Melton's offensive inconsistency might limit his overall impact, especially in late-game situations where spacing and shot-making become paramount. Others wonder if his 6 feet 2 inches frame can hold up defensively against the league's bigger wings or oversized guards. But here's the counter. Melton has always punched above his weight. His defensive metrics are among the best in his tier, and his ability to anticipate plays, rotate quickly, and recover in help situations is elite. Sources close to the Lakers believe that by simplifying Melton's role and surrounding him with star talent, his weaknesses can be minimized while his strengths are maximized. It's also worth noting that Melton has reportedly been putting in serious work this offseason, especially on his three-point shot. Training footage and private camp reports suggest his mechanics are cleaner, his release quicker, and his confidence higher. If all that's true, then the Lakers may have just snagged a high-impact two-way guard on a bargain. What fans are most excited about, though, is how Melton might impact the team's identity. For too long, the Lakers have been caught between styles, part finesse, part grit, but never fully committed to either. With Melton on board, there's a sense that a new blueprint is forming, one that prioritizes chaos on defense, tempo and transition, and versatility across the board. Imagine a defensive unit with Melton picking pockets at the point of attack, Vanderbilt switching everything at the wing, and AD cleaning up mistakes at the rim. Add in a newly focused LeBron and a healthier-than-ever Austin Reeves, and suddenly you've got a team that can lock down opponents for extended stretches, something the Lakers desperately needed last postseason. Insiders say this is exactly what GM Rob Pelinka envisioned, a defensive-minded glue guy who brings balance to a roster heavy on star power but light on gritty defenders. Whether Melton lives up to the hype remains to be seen, but one thing's clear. This isn't just a depth signing. It's a statement. And let's not overlook the bigger picture here. Melton's potential arrival in LA represents more than just XS and OS. It's symbolic. It hints at a franchise trying to pivot away from the superstar or bust model and towards something more sustainable. Building depth, prioritizing defense, creating a team that can win games in multiple ways, not just through sheer talent. Sources have said that the Lakers front office has spent the summer scouting players who impact winning in ways that don't show up on highlight reels. Melton checks every box. He brings playoff experience. He's still in his prime at 26, and he's got a chip on his shoulder after being underrated for most of his career. If this deal does go through, and again, all signs say it's already done behind the scenes, then Lakers fans should prepare to fall in love with a player who doesn't need headlines to dominate. Sometimes the most important moves are the ones that happen with the least noise. DEANTHONY Melton might just be that move. What's particularly fascinating about this entire DEANTHONY Melton to Lakers buzz is how it reflects a broader trend across the NBA. The rise of impact role players becoming game changers in playoff basketball. Gone are the days when titles were won solely by superstars dropping 40 a night. Teams are realizing that glue guys, those who bring defensive intensity, play smart, and adapt quickly, are just as valuable. And that's exactly where Melton steps in. League insiders are already calling this potential signing one of the most underrated moves of the offseason. Whispers suggest the Lakers beat out more than 5 other teams who had their eye on Melton, but LA had the edge in one critical area: opportunity. Melton reportedly wanted more than just a bench role. He wanted to compete for starting minutes, take on key matchups, and establish himself as a defensive pillar. The Lakers, looking to revamp their perimeter D after last year's struggles against elite guards, might have offered him exactly that. It's a win-win on paper, and the kind of synergy that could pay massive dividends come playoff time. If this deal is as real as it sounds, fans might be looking back in a few months and calling this the steal of the summer. Even more intriguing are the early reports suggesting that Melton is already working out in Los Angeles. Yes, there's no official press conference yet, but according to sources close to training facilities around the city, Melton has been spotted putting in work with a few unnamed Lakers assistants. Word is he's locked in, quiet, and focused, not doing media rounds or hyping up the move, just grinding. That's the kind of mentality that resonates with the Lakers faithful, especially after years of flashy signings that didn't always pan out. And here's where it gets even spicier. Multiple players from last year's roster, including Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura, have been seen working out at the same spots. Coincidence? Maybe. But in this league, proximity often speaks louder than words. There's also talk that the Lakers are planning a low-key team minicamp before official training camp begins, and Melton's name is being mentioned as a core participant. Nothing's confirmed publicly, but behind closed doors, the pieces are falling into place. It feels like a move that's already been made. The silence might just be the calm before the official announcement. Zooming out a bit, this rumored acquisition sends a message to the rest of the league. The Lakers aren't just chasing stars, they're building a team. A real, well-rounded, battle-tested squad with role players who know how to win ugly games. That's been a missing ingredient for LA, especially when their stars sit or when the offense stagnates. Melton's defensive versatility gives the Lakers an edge they haven't had in recent seasons. He can guard ones and twos, but he's also strong enough to switch on his small forwards in certain matchups. That flexibility is gold in a conference full of elite guards like Jamal Murray, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Luka Doncic. And if you believe the locker room buzz, the Lakers are banking on defense being their identity next season. There's even a rumor circulating that the coaching staff has coined an internal motto: turn defense into offense, every single possession. Melton fits that bill perfectly. With his active hands, quick feet, and unselfish instincts, he's a transition machine waiting to be unleashed. The Lakers may be done chasing highlights and ready to chase stops. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on, of course, there's always a what if in these types of rumors. What if Melton doesn't adapt to the bright lights of LA? What if his offensive inconsistencies become a liability in high-pressure games? But those close to him insist that the moment won't be too big. In fact, they say Melton thrives under pressure, and this move, if completed, could unlock his best version yet. He's reportedly spent this offseason not only refining his jumper, but also working on his conditioning and lateral quickness, two things that matter a lot when you're guarding the West's most explosive guards. And let's be honest, playing next to LeBron and AD takes pressure off everyone. Melton won't have to carry the scoring load. He'll be asked to do what he does best: defend hard, move the ball, hit the occasional open shot, and bring energy. There's a belief circulating among Lakers insiders that Melton could become LA's version of Drew Holiday, a tenacious, defense-first guard who makes his teammates better just by being on the floor. If that happens, this could be one of the most important under-the-radar additions in years. What makes Melton's potential role so enticing is how naturally he complements the Lakers' young core. Austin Reeves is blossoming into a do-it-all guard with offensive instincts. D'Angelo Russell, if he stays, provides spacing and playmaking. Gabe Vincent adds toughness and experience. But Melton? He's the one who can guard the opposing team's best scorer. Every night. That's a role the Lakers have struggled to fill. Too often, they've asked LeBron or Vanderbilt to take on that responsibility, taxing assignments that wear them down. But with Melton in the mix, those duties can shift. It's a strategic move, one that lets the stars focus on offense while Melton absorbs the punishment on D. Some even say he's already being penciled in as the Lakers' perimeter anchor, someone who communicates loudly, rotates quickly, and takes pride in making stops. And for fans who love gritty basketball, the kind that wins championships, this is the guy you want. He might not make highlight reels nightly, but he'll change games in ways that only real hoop heads notice. That's invaluable in a long, grinding season. The rumor mill has also been spinning with talks of how this move might impact the Lakers' playoff aspirations. With Denver still looming large, and the West as competitive as ever, any edge helps. The Lakers know they can't outscore everyone. They need to grind out wins. And that's where Melton's value skyrockets. People forget how impactful he was during Memphis playoff runs. He's not afraid of big moments. He doesn't shrink in crunch time. In fact, his ability to make key defensive plays in tight situations is one of the main reasons the Lakers targeted him. According to whispers from within the organization, there was a film session early in the offseason where Melton's playoff tape was studied extensively. The front office and coaching staff reportedly loved what they saw: rotations, closeouts, timely deflections. It wasn't flashy, but it was winning basketball. That film session, some say, was the catalyst for pushing hard to bring him in. The Lakers saw a competitor, a guy who might not light up the box score, but changes the course of a game when it matters most. That's championship DNA. Another angle that has fans buzzing is how this move sets up potential lineups for next season. Imagine a closing five of LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, and DeAnthony Melton. That lineup is versatile, switchable, balanced, and most importantly, built to defend. You've got size, speed, IQ, and grit all on the floor at once. It's the kind of unit that can adapt on the fly, whether they need to slow the pace or ramp up the pressure. Melton adds flexibility. He gives Darvin Ham options. And with injuries always looming in an 82-game season, having a dependable, defensive-minded guard in your rotation is essential. There's also buzz about Melton helping mentor some of the younger Lakers guards, particularly in how to prepare mentally for guarding elite scorers night after night. He's a student of the game, film room junkie, quiet leader, and the kind of presence every contending team needs in the trenches. If this deal is as real as it sounds, the Lakers may have just turned a good roster into a great one, simply by adding a guy who does the dirty work. Finally, let's consider what this move might mean for Melton himself. For years, he's flown under the radar. Never the star, never the focal point, but always effective. Now, in Los Angeles, he has a chance to redefine his legacy, to become more than just a nice piece. If this deal is real, and all signs suggest it is, then Melton steps into the biggest spotlight of his career. And everything we're hearing suggests he's ready. Ready to embrace the expectations. Ready to take on the toughest assignments. Ready to win. This isn't just a career move for DeAnthony Melton. It might be his basketball destiny. Sometimes, all a player needs is the right team, the right coach, and the right moment. For Melton, that moment might be now. The Lakers may have quietly landed the perfect piece to bring it all together. And if this is just a rumor, then it's the kind of rumor that feels way too perfect not to be true. Stay tuned, Lakers Nation, because something special might be brewing in the City of Angels. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.